Hello and welcome to the Sagittarius new moon activation. I'm Adrienne, Elise. Well, it's a powerful moment here as we move into this Sagittarius new moon. We are really feeling this energy, even though it's a new horizon. We've got lots of energy, and I'll talk to you about all of the things that are speaking to a new set of cycles, ending an old set of cycles and starting a new set of cycles. But right now we're poised right here in between the old and the new, and this Neptune on top of the South Node in Pisces is really pulling on us as Neptune has turned direct and hovers there at 9 degrees. So I'm Adrienne, Elise, and I'm passionate about helping people through the Ascension Awakening process, and believe that everybody should have support in having a harmonized awakening. So I hope you can check out my other stuff available at adrienneelise.com. So what we have here today is a glimpse into a new era, a new age, a new path forward. We have been stuck in the past for this last 3 or 4 years, as we have had a really intense time of astrology, and it's really now time to start taking some actual practical steps forward. 2017 has a completely different energy to it than 2016, and here we are poised right at the edge. And why does it feel like that so much? Because right now the sun is, or the moon is has just moved into Sagittarius, but the last couple days it's been in Scorpio, and the sun has been in Scorpio before that for this last month. And we are dredging up, we've been dredging up these places from our shadow, trying to find what it is that's holding us back from being able to move into our most amazing future. And like I said, 2017, very different energy in the readings I'm looking at. It's looking at like so dynamic. Everything you're doing, every thought right now is creating the future. We're just moving into this very fast-paced, psychic, energetic time. The rest of this year is really well spent visioning and cleaning up, meditating, organizing, getting ready for that 2017 energy. And so today we're going to tap into this new moon in Sagittarius energy, open up to this new horizon, and allow our whole being to come in to this vibrational resonance with the new. So we are having this new moon in Sagittarius, and a new moon is when the sun and the moon come together. And so early tomorrow morning, or if you watch this call, what we're doing is we're doing the activation just 12 hours before the actual new moon, so we can really tap into this energy and prepare for it and code this activation, this video, with the energy of this new moon activation, so you can get it on the replay as well. So we're tapping into the sun and the moon in Sagittarius squaring up against Neptune, and right there on top of the South Node, as Neptune is just turned direct. Neptune is such a slow-moving planet that it stays at this 9 degrees where it's turning direct for about even over a month. Now 9 degrees is something really significant, because the 2016 in numerology, if you add up the numbers 2, 0, 1, and 6, adds up to be 9. So what this year is a completion year, because in numerology you look at the single digits, and then after 9 you would go back to 1, because 10 would be the addition, you'd add those together, 1 and 0, and be a 1. And so we're looking at a 9 year. We're looking at Neptune changing course at 9 degrees, and we're also, so we're really feeling these energies of completion. So because this is a new moon, and it's always starting a new emotional cycle, and it's a new month, it's a new thing, but this is also a new year as we're moving into this 2017 energy, so we're really feeling it. But square against that Neptune, right on top of the North or South Node, which is our past karma, our what's holding us back, the way we learned before. So all of our patterns are up for review, and particularly we're really seeing these patterns in the energies of relationships. And so because Jupiter is a very powerful planet that's in Libra right now. Now, Jupiter is making a square to Venus and Pluto together, and an opposite of Uranus. So Venus is coming up and coming together with Pluto, making a T-square with Venus and Pluto in Capricorn, and Jupiter in Libra, and Uranus and Aries. And so this T-square is in these cardinal signs, triggering the Pluto-Uranus square that's been happening since 2011. We've been feeling that. This is the generational change that needs to happen in the structures of our lives in order for us to move forward. So the Venus, the goddess, is coming up and just kind of sitting right in that square at the same time that Jupiter joins in Libra. Now, Jupiter will be in Libra for a couple of years, and this is the energy of growth and expansion and pushing forward in our lives. This is in the area of relationships. So we have a great desire right now to forge new relationships and build new pathways to expand into harmony. But what we're looking at here right now is, what are the things that are keeping us from growing? Now, Pluto is known as the death and destruction, the breaking down. And so really what we're looking at this Pluto square Jupiter, which will continue for this next year, the Pluto square Jupiter is saying, what needs to die in order for us to grow in relationships? Now, that has a lot to do with who we are, humanity, and the definition of ourselves, which has to do with that Uranus in Aries right now. Aries is the sign of the self, of the personality, of the child, the self-essence. And here we have Uranus, the awakener, there right next to Ceres, a dwarf planet that is represented with nurturing in the earth and grain, and this ability of the feminine goddess energy to give us everything we need. So we are awakening into a new humanitarian reality. I know it doesn't feel like that right now on the planet, because we're kind of playing catch up with all of this incredible astrology and massive upgrades of our sun as it hits our DNA and starts to change our whole vibrational resonance. But we are going to start to see a lot of movements towards this, and an ability for the human to hold the strength, to hold their strength of identity and who they really are, as far as being compassionate and non-violent. And this is seen really powerfully right now at Standing Rock in the media, and everybody of the false news sources want to say that these are violent protesters, and that couldn't be further from the truth. And this is a great example of humans coming together and being like, we're going to do this right now. We're going to stand up for what's right, and we're going to act in a right way, and understand on a deep level that violence creates more violence, war creates more war. And the important thing about this is the power of the feminine here, because this type of standing up is a standing up for the fundamental truth of what it means to be human, that we want to start taking care of each other. We want to start making sure that our world, there aren't these disenfranchised people in our world, that we're actually caring for the people on the planet. It's getting to the point where we have got to make some changes in our collective energy in order for us to feel okay in this plane, because we're getting more and more connected in our collective consciousness. Now we're really feeling that with Neptune there on the south node, and that's opposing the north node, really bringing this energy of the Virgo north node, time to clean up, time to move forward, time to discriminate what's true and what's not true. Now we've had this last year or so of the North Node in Virgo, but in 2017, in May of 2017, the North Node switches signs into the sign of Leo. And so because it's like the backdrop, so just like the ages, like we're in the age of Pisces, we're going to the age of Aquarius, the North Node, the nodes of the moon are doing the same thing. So we're moving into a very different energy, because Leo is about expression, creative expression, personal power. And so we're moving into a time where that's going to be really, really important. But the North Node has been in Virgo, where we've been encouraged to clean up and understand and discriminate and make pure. And our path forward has been about purity. And now in 2017, we're moving into a path forward around expression of power and the self and the creativity. So that's just one of the reasons why this time right now is moving into a new era. The other, so just kind of completing that south node there across from that north node, right where Neptune is, Neptune, the ruler of Pisces, in Pisces, talking about our collective consciousness and talking about our past age. And Pluto there, being so activated with Venus, is we're looking at what of our past belief systems needs to be broken down there in Capricorn, to understand really about power in a real way, what we're working with here, the power that hasn't been used on the planet, the power that has been impotent and hidden and suppressed and repressed and chastised and demonized, and that's the feminine power, the ability for us to stand up and understand that we are stronger than any violence or distortion because we're in alignment with source energy and we're in alignment with the whole, the unity of the one. This is the collective consciousness shift that's happening, and it has to do with the power of the feminine and the goddess and the breaking down of our old power structures and building new structures that can support the goddess. Now, Saturn is in Sagittarius, the same sign as the sun and the moon right now, and right there with Mercury. Now, Mercury is the messenger, and it's really potent that Mercury is right there with Saturn, right as Saturn returns to 16 degrees Sagittarius, which is where it started its retrograde in March of this year. And so this whole year has been flavored by both the Mars and the Saturn retrograde, but now Saturn, these cycles are being completed as Saturn moves into new territory, the second part of Sagittarius. It's been learning and understanding and trying to come to terms with the Sagittarius energy. Saturn is not exactly comfortable there because it's about restrictions, and Saturn is about expansion. But now it's about expanding in a very grounded, practical way, building this new world coming from the visions of the Sagittarius energy. So this new moon in Sagittarius really speaks to a new era. We've got Neptune changing direct, and we've got Saturn in new territory. And we have come to an end of all of the major Scorpio astrology for many years. And so we've gone through this time of really digging up the shadows. And now it's time to sort all that stuff out and clean up, get rid of the old structures, and start to take steps towards the new. And a lot of people have been feeling so confused about where to go in their life because we've been changing so much. And every time it seems like we have forward motion, there's this other energy that comes in and says, wait a minute, you don't really know what's going on. So you don't get to move forward. You don't have any idea what's going on. But just wait a minute. And we've been in this wait a minute place since 2011, pretty much being like, what's happening? What's going on? What is this really about? And so right now is when we're really coming to clarity of the last 4 to 5, 6 years of this work. And it's finally time to instigate some projects and things in our future and moving forward on steps, finally getting clarity of where we want to go and what we really want to do with our energy, our career. And of course, relationships are really important with that Jupiter in Libra. So we're having all this energy towards expanding. Now, Jupiter in Libra, we're expanding through our relationships, and these relationships are how we're going to get into our optimal career as well. But it's really a great time right now for those of us who've been doing so much internal work over these last 3, 4, 5 years. And now it's time to actually start to bring that out to the surface. And it's like the blooming of the gifts that they were so hidden underneath the traumas and the dramas and the deep pain and the secrets in our shadow of our subconscious and of our collective consciousness. And now it's time to lighten up and be free of these things. And I really do think we're going to be seeing some important announcements in this world as disclosure moves forward about the truth of the history of our solar system, and that there's way more out there than we've been led to believe, especially technology that's available for us to be able to live in that harmonious world we're trying to move into. Now, This is really reflected by Mars and Aquarius. And so we can use the Mars Aquarius energy because Mars is our doer, our action. It's like, yes, go, let's make something happen. And it's in Aquarius right now. And Aquarius is the sign of this new age of we're looking at the humanitarian ideals. We're looking at for what's best for everyone. We're looking at innovative technological solutions that can improve life for everyone. And so that is the age we're moving into. And we can really feel that energy with Mars in Aquarius right now. So it's a very popular, powerful sky right now. Lots of players. We've got that grand T-square. We've got Neptune and the moon and the sun square to each other, and the nodes. So the sun and the moon are square to both the south node, where Pisces is really strong, but also the north node in Virgo. And so it's kind of the sun is our identity. And then our moon is our emotional identity or emotional self. And so we're kind of getting on the same page here with this new moon, and we're kind of being like, okay, yeah, time to move into the new us. And this is one of those moments in astrology that's like a threshold moment this next month of getting, you can literally, we're going to use the energy of this activation today to just jump onto and prepare a brand new timeline ahead of you. It's like kind of like there's these times in time and space where lots of things cross and are dynamic, and we're entering one of those times this next month. I'd say from new moon to new moon, it's an opportunity to get in alignment with your deepest place of adjustment. So we're going to look at that today, that aligns with your core gifts and what you have to offer, what hasn't been expressed yet. Sagittarius has a fiery expression energy, and it's a teacher, teaching and learning and expanding and growing and giving back to the people what you've learned. And so what does that mean to you? So this activation, we're going to really tap into this deeply satisfied place of a resonance where you'd like your future timelines to line up to. And we'll take a little look at some intuitive ways of looking at your gifts and finding what's underneath and where you want to put your energy as you move into 2017. And we're also going to allow those timelines to come together and line up for that optimal experience as we move into 2017. So just take this next month to clean up those old patterns that have been surfacing, to organize your life, to decide on directions you want to move forward. Now, things are shifting still, but there's a lot more energy for a path that's going to be more alignment with the truth of who you are, that even if you get down the path and it's going to shift and it'll change a little bit, it's still more in alignment than where you've been. And so it's not going to change as much, because we're coming into a time where it's absolutely, the universe is calling on us to choose in each moment activities and emotional states that are feeding the evolution of this world, giving back to the evolution of this world, choosing joy and love and creativity and hope as a way to start this revolution right here at home. And we really are, this all really comes down to that Uranus is so activated right now with this being square to Venus right here now for this new moon. And Uranus right there with Ceres, and that's the awakener, and its Ceres is representing the earth and the earth energy and the loving, nurturing energy of the earth. And so we're awakening into the truth of who we are as earthlings, as humans, that we care about each other, and we're going to make sweeping changes that are going to make this world more comfortable and a better place to live. But it all has coming down to our individual ability to resonate deeply with our gifts and the truth of who we really are, and to allow for the new to be built in our world, to allow for different power structures. So it's like we're allowing for this breakdown structure to happen in our personality. And that has to do with letting go of the ego restrictions that have been on us through the psychological mind. And it's so interesting because we're just having this massive opportunity. And if you've paid attention for the last few months through that Scorpio energy, to just drop a load of stuff you've been battling with for far too long. It could be lifetimes, weeks, days, years, but it's been too long. And so right now it's kind of like an opportunity to package all that stuff up and close that chapter and say, I got what I need from this information. Now I'm going to be forging the new. And the new is harmony, truth, beauty, what is in alignment with what it really means to be me, to be human. So having this identity revolution happen right inside of the person, and then this 2017 energy coming up to meet you in that new timeline that can allow you to express the gifts of who you are and really start to bring those into the world. So we had this Pluto-Uranus square, so powerful these last 5 years, but this also, they came together, these planets, in the 60s, and were said to bring a lot of social change. But the social changes that came from those planets coming together in 65, 66 didn't show up until 67, 68. So we are really entering this time of an expression, especially as that North Node moves into Leo, an expression of these breaking down and changing on the cellular internal level. And so it's going to be a wild ride as we move into the next few years of our world changing before our eyes. And where do you want to be in that? You want to be at your center and in feeling effectively a part of this evolution as you bring forward your gifts to help humanity, to support your friends and family, to live true in each moment to what's really real for you. And maybe that's peace, maybe that's hope, maybe that's inspiration, maybe that's creativity. We're all finding our path of what's really important. And Sagittarius, that's part of the energy here. So we're just tapping into our gifts, our feminine power structures, our ability to stand up for what's real and true in our life, and also this opportunity towards moving forward into a brand new reality and a brand new timeline. So on that note, let's go ahead and allow ourselves to come into this now moment, reaching deep into the earth, allowing your base of your spine, your whole spine, to come into alignment, feeling this alignment with the universe at the base of your spine, reaching out to Mother Earth, feeling like you're just sitting on a big ball of earth, beautiful love energy, and she's growing up and around you like a Garden of Eden and holding you safe and secure in this moment. Just feel yourself relax and release coming into this now moment. Sagittarius energy can be pretty buzzy and fiery, and especially with all of these other planets going on, it's such a psychically busy time. And it feels like bam, 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 firing off, and things are starting to try to finally have clarity and line up and get messages, but it's a little overwhelming. And the way to make the best of this energy, of the new, of the excitement, of the vision, of the horizon, is to be present in each moment. So go ahead and exercise your right to be in soul point. Just paying attention to the area of your physical heart, moving into the vortex of the physical heart, deeper and deeper into the center of you. There's a place inside of you that is outside of polarity. One little spot. This is like the spark of creation. And when we can visit this place, we can feel our connection to everything, meaning the big hole of space that includes everything we are a part of. And we feel that when we go to the center, when we go to still point. Just feel yourself moving deeper and deeper into heart consciousness. What happens here is also a resonant frequency. And when you come into heart resonant frequency, so do the people around you. So just go ahead and feel yourself coming into heart frequency resonance, to resonance with Mother Earth, Gaia. And just imagine that this is flowing out around you, this energy of peace, the union with the one whole creation. And just imagine this peaceful feeling just moving out around you, expanding through your whole block, through your neighbors. Everybody on your block has now come into heart resonant frequency, and they feel slower and calmer and happy in their being. And just imagine just sending this out with a big wave of electromagnetic energy. Our heart is a powerful organ of electromagnetic field that goes out 55 feet around us. Just imagine sending out through this electromagnetic field this heart resonance frequency all the way through your whole city or town. This is an example of new structures to support the female power, allowing for healing and peace to have a strength again as we believe in it again, as we understand, and science shows us that a small amount of people can have a huge effect on the whole planet. So go ahead and move that peace out further, even out to around your whole state, your whole country, the whole world, joining together with all of the peace activists, meaning those that choose peace in the moment. And feel that all over the whole planet. We're picking a different way now. There's enough of us on board to make this happen. And just imagine this energy of heart resonant frequency where we know we're all the same and we are caring for each other on a deep, profound level. And we know the truth of the power within as we create this resonance. And let that energy wave move out from your heart through the whole world, through your neighborhood, your state, your city, your whole world. And wherever there's places that miscommunication and violence and distortion could be healed. And maybe just move around the planet and see where you find. Maybe you want to go to where the water protectors in North Dakota and just kind of soothe the energy of the authorities there. Keep them on the same page of nonviolence as the participants. And feel all the heart resonance with all of the elders and people there at Standing Rock in prayer and meditation, coming into their own resonance, sending these bubbles of peace and a new freedom out into the world. And perhaps there's just difficulties and understandings in other parts of the world. And just imagine that you can soothe like a balm, you and Mother Earth together with this resonant, beautiful frequency of peace and love, just harmonizing, cleaning, clearing the whole planet. Imagine this beautiful grid is being revealed to you right now, the Christ consciousness grid that's around the planet, and that you as a conscious person being a pillar of light between heaven and earth right now can be a mark on that grid, connecting it where it wasn't connected before, reaching up through your crown to this cosmic Christ consciousness, this inspiration of truth that when we bring this truth into our being, we can perform and do all that Yeshua, Jesus, was able to do. The healing, the energetic gifts. We are the second coming of the Christ energy as we reconnect, allow this Christ energy consciousness to descend and attached into these grid as we come forward as holders of this grid, holders of hope and holders of a new humanity on the horizon. People are being initiated right now, figuring out their role, where they need to be, and what they can do as we go through this intense time of transition on the planet. We're all being called into a niche, an area where we can help, and whether we know it or not. And just feel yourself reaching below to Mother Earth and up above to the cosmos, and a beautiful axis all the way to the North Star. Just your whole spine coming into alignment with cosmic energy and earth energy. And you are the pillar of light, breathing cosmic energy and earth energy from above and below into your being, into your heart, into your belly, into your whole soul. You are the light on the planet. And the best thing you can do for that is to choose peace, to choose the truth of hope and inspiration, and choose to emanate that light in each moment. Now, each of us has very unique gifts that we bring. And there's some soul groups activating right now that are just chomping at the bit to get to their assignments and to their work and what they're supposed to do here on the planet. And so I'd like to invite you to go deeper into the chamber of the heart, into the inner chamber of the heart, deeper and deeper, moving through the portal of the heart, just imagining that you're in the physical place, the place of your physical heart, and then there's this magnetic field just pulling you. You're moving into the toroidal field of the heart. And just moving until you come to a small room, a chamber, and inside of this room is your higher self. And go ahead and receive from your higher self a package, images, words, information, pictures, anything that comes forward from this person, this higher part of you that knows who you really are and understands your unique set of gifts. Let them enlighten you. Go ahead and give these gifts to you in a metaphorical form. And what are you receiving right now? What's in the package? Go ahead and open the package, or look at the list, or watch the pictures in the movie. Feel into the energy, look for colors and shapes. What is it that you hold deep inside of yourself, under your wounds? The gifts that keep on giving to this world, the gifts that this world sorely needs right now. What does that look like or feel like? What kind of tools do you need? What information is there for you? And just go ahead and receive. Delving into the truth of you. What's your unique way to express divinity in this next cycle of your evolution? Just taking a few deep breaths, allowing yourself to float and to feel and to receive any information, pictures, colors. Feel yourself resting in this place of your truth. Almost like letting out a deep sigh of relief, finding your way home to who you really are and what you really want to do here. This is the time. This is the magic of 2017. It's a get on your path time. That can be a little traumatic at first, or it can be super, super exciting. Just feel yourself moving into surrender of these images, to these gifts, to the support of your higher self and your guidance. Just feel yourself showered with energies from most beneficious, highest energies available to you as guidance. Just showering you with support and love, validation, recognition for your gifts, helping you direct towards the next direction. Just imagine that it's kind of like we've been blindfolded and we've been going in circles, and now it's time for the guidance to stop us and make sure we're heading in the right direction and take off our blindfold. So go ahead and receive that. I want your direction to be in alignment. Your future timelines are all coming together in the future possibilities, but no matter what you choose, it's in alignment with this deep satisfaction of sharing your gifts with the world in the most optimal, productive, satisfying, fun way. And go ahead and allow your guidance to take off your blindfold and point you in the direction of that most amazing future. And this is part of the energy of 2017 that's been hard to describe. Typically when I look at pictures or I'll do timelines and readings, and we'll look into the future a little bit about when they might want to be able to make a decision or when this pattern might shift and that kind of thing. But when I've gone into 2017, I often see kind of like space, kind of like that's not yet created, so don't even try to understand. We are literally in a most dynamic time of creation of consciousness, where each moment we're creating our future and our reality. And that feels a little oppressive sometimes, but really it's a beautiful awakening period of time where we're sorting out the thoughts, beliefs, concepts that are not serving that future, and we're putting them to the side and getting ready to lift all of this off. So go ahead and just imagine that as the blindfold's taken off, so is the heavy burden. The clarity is coming, and the burden of these structures of belief around conditioning from past lives, family ancestry, and from social conditioning in this life that have made you feel shameful about these gifts, that may have made you feel like they weren't really worth anything in the world. And just go ahead and feel inside the beautiful gifts growing within you. And I'm seeing some kind of like almost like in this fire energy, like a burner, a flame that's been lighted in your heart. And this is burning away all of these stories of the past that you're not good enough, you don't deserve it, nobody's gonna want what you have to offer, and that's all a bunch of crap. And so go ahead and take this, allow your guidance to just lift all of these stories of the past of conditioning that have been dampening down, hiding your gifts from yourself. Go ahead and as you're ready and as you can allow, ask them to release you from this burden, lifting up all of this social conditioning and allowing for your deep internal flame of your passion and your purpose and what really matters to you to alight in your heart and begin to grow and to begin to shine the way. Now, what happens when you get on your path like this is that your things that come are getting more and more clear about whether they resonate or not. So it's like, oh yeah, resonate with my path. Oh, not resonate with my path. No, okay, resonate. Okay. And so it's getting easier and easier to chart that course forward as we get more and more true to ourselves and release these stories of our ancestors, our past lives, and the belief systems of our culture. So go ahead and just feel yourself, the heaviness just lifting off as your guidance just lifts that off, lifting off your blindfold so you can see clearly your path ahead, finally coming out from the clouds. And just imagine that the snow and the rain and the weather is just washing over you and washing away, washing you into newness in that North Node in Virgo energy, washing you into your future and washing away all the stories of the past. And so this next month, you're going to have things come up where you're like, maybe I should contact that person or send a little note at least and try to repair some energy karmically. You might get these little messages of how to clean up, to completely let go of these stories. So go ahead and welcome those messages from your guidance as a way to prepare, clean up, and organize for this powerful 2017. 2017 energy ahead available for us. And so you're oriented towards your new direction. You have the flame of your inner gifts alighted and growing inside of you. And in that, there's this beautiful energy of security. Feel this as your gifts are enlightened, your heart is open. There's this connection, a cosmic connection to the cosmos, this feeling of being a part of something, not in separation, lost and alone like we felt for so long, but feeling like a bit part of a bigger organism that has this amazing one love consciousness, and that has got our back. As much as we felt like this shit's been weird and hard, there is a bigger picture and things are happening for the good. And so go ahead and feel yourself a part of this bigger plan, of this bigger existence, of this bigger love, and just feel yourself come home and arrive deeper than you ever have in your whole life, just coming into your body, feeling safer than you ever have as a human in a body, safer and more grounded, more connected to Mother Earth, more secure in your reality than you ever have, washing all fears and anxiety, just wash away as you forge this beautiful, our birthright consciousness, our umbilical cord to consciousness, to the one, to a connection to everything. We've been severed from this connection, but it's time now that we can grow it back. So set that intention that you're growing this, like, hey, I'm a cosmic being in the cosmos. This shit's weird, but we got this handled, you know? And so this is a totally new way, new attitude, new thought every moment. And that's bringing it back to heart frequency resonance again and again and again. So go ahead and allow yourself to enjoy this moment here in this connection to source, connection to cosmic energy through your crown, earth energy from below, cosmic connection to everything through your heart, secret chakra, and your abdominal region. And just float there, feeling held and safe and loved by the universe. Appreciated and honored for the hard work you've been doing. Just take a few deep breaths. With each breath, just seeing more of the old washed away. But you're claiming your right to be at peace, at home, at union with yourself. And on your path. Go ahead and receive any last messages or energetic upgrades, clearings, or healings from your guidance and your higher self as you begin to make your journey back into your everyday awareness, into your body, into your room, coming into your consciousness just gradually as you are ready, keeping that space, keeping that still point, keeping that heart frequency resonance as long as it's comfortable. More and more in your life, you're making space for this. Feel yourself in alignment in a new way with your future. That the path in front is becoming clear because you are becoming clear about what really matters. So go ahead and just take a few deep breaths as you allow yourself to come home, back in your body, back in your awareness. And go ahead and wiggle your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes, come out of meditation. Thank you so much for joining me for this new moon activation. What a great journey towards knowing the truth of who we are and aligning with that most ultimate future of 2017. I'm really excited to hear how this is for everyone as we make this transition. It's literally like a line at the end of this year, and then next year we step into a whole new kind of laws of the universe. And so we're going to be figuring that all out together. So I hope you will continue to join me. Can't wait till next time. I'm Adrienne Elise. Namaste.